Welcome to Kitakami Island.
That one was so loud that my recording muted you. Well done.
And experience share. It's a Pokemon podcast starring me.
What about me?
Tanky Dory.
Hunky Dory? Monkey Dory.
Monkey Dory.
Because the pun is Hunky Dory.
Yep.
Yeah.
AKA Tanner Greenring, and I am joined, as always, by my co-host. Let me really look at this word before I take a run at it.
I'm looking at it on the notes, and that is tough.
Fielzandipity.
Pheasantipity?
Pheasantipity.
One of the Lousy three, as Carmine calls them, who we fight this week.
Pheasantipity. Let's take a run at this word. Pheasantipede.
Pheasantipede. Ooh, that sounds a lot better.
Doesn't it?
That sounds a lot better.
That gives it a little flair. All right, so you'll be Fielzandipede.
Fielzandipede. That sounds nice.
That seems right to me, aka Joshua Fjellstead. Welcome back to Ketamine Island. We are out here. We are
the K-hole.
Microdosing ketamine. I hear it really helps with anxiety and depression. And then we are also catching, we're visiting signposts mostly. I was going to say catching Pokemon, but that's not true.
We did that. We got all the signposts.
Well, yeah. Sorry. So far, all we've been invited to explore on the island so far is the signposts.
Really takes sort of a dark turn after the innocence of the signposts.
Yeah. I have bad news.
Oh. Just tell it to me straight.
I was dating a boy last week, as you know.
Mm-hmm.
Just sort of happened. Don't know how.
Actually, me too.
And we broke up.
Oh my god.
And I think I maybe turned him into a supervillain.
Yeah. This is the Don Joey and Kiki, or I guess that's Briar for you. Or Keenan?
Keenan.
Yeah, Keenan.
What are you talking about?
Keenan and I ran into Keenan and Don Joey ran into some problems this week too. It seems like maybe the negligence in our relationship has really, really turned this guy south. I don't see him going in a good direction.
I mean, honestly, if he had that in him, I can't really take the blame, you know?
Yeah, I mean, there was some, I'll admit.
He's got a dark soul.
There were some yellow flags going into this relationship, but it's pure red. It's like a deep, dark red now.
Yeah. He's slicking back his hair. He's smiling in a way that seems pretty honestly, a little
sinister,
scary.
Yeah. Oops.
After showing us around to all the signposts last week, Kieran has really gotten real moody, gotten really in his moods lately.
Yeah, he was pretty upset that Ogerpon seems to be a little bit more in love with Don Joey.
Ogerpon is kind of like a wedge in our relationship, and I'm
as I said,
I'm into it.
It's a Challenger situation, and it ends in a Challenger situation.
I haven't seen it yet. How does Challenger end? With a tennis match?
None of these jokes land for you, and it's very disappointing because that is a Hachimachi, that film.
Yeah.
It ends with a match point between, in this situation, it would be Kieran and Don Joey, or
well, now Don Joey's in this?
Esteban Humano and Keenan.
So it's a love
over
square.
The Ogerpon. We're fighting over him. And whoever wins gets to bang him, I think.
Bang who?
Ogerpon?
Okay. My Ogerpon was a girl. Is that normal?
I don't know. I don't even...
Oh, okay.
Don Joey doesn't really see gender. He's open to whatever, as I said. He's figuring it out.
That's cool. Yeah, she this is a friend of mine, so she introduced herself with she, her pronouns.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Because in Esteban Humano's world, Ogerpon's just a woman.
Just a lady. Yeah, friend of mine.
Good friend.
Yep.
Yeah.
So we've seen these signposts. Now we have to unravel this mystery. Okay, let's find this ogre that has been chased out of the town so we can meet it and fall in love with it all at the same time, all three of us. First, we're going to have to go visit the what's it called? Loyalty Plaza.
Oh, no.
Oh, sorry. No. There's something that happens way before this. They're like, hey, first, before you do the thing you came here to do, you have to just climb to the top of the mountain with the mean one.
The teal mask was
Carmine.
damaged from our previous brawl.
Yeah, okay. And Grandpa's the only one who knows how to fix them, and we have to go get the crystals to, like, fix the mask. I don't know why they do it. And then once we get up there, they send a melodic at us, which seems like a weird choice. I mean, I guess it's a fine choice, but it's like, why not like one of these cool new Pokemon we've been hearing all about?
I know.
Or like a regional variant melodic would be cool. But it's just kind of a melodic. It's a big melodic.
I agree. A regional variant melodic, that would be nice. That would have been nice.
Yeah.
Especially because it's in a crystal pool. Yeah, how about it's permanently in terrestrialized or whatever?
Or like crystal wings or something?
And I'll say two things. Did you encounter one of the 6 wonders of Kitakami up here? Somewhere around here?
Seems like something that would have been a blip on my radar, but no, I don't think I did. What's up here?
Don Joey stumbled across the Gracious Stones, which were identified as one of the wonders, one of the 6 wonders of Kitakami. And it was just like normal stones, not like a Stonehenge, which would have been cool.
These are just laying about?
Yeah, and there's like a grassy field. So it's somewhere on the way. I can't remember, but it's somewhere on the way. And there was just a number of stones arranged in a circle, and no grass grew in the middle. And it said, only a select few know of this power spot. The Gracious Stones.
Power spot.
Curiously, no grass grows within their ring. Curiouser yet, gazing upon them lifts the spirits.
Oh, wow.
I wouldn't say
How do you feel?
his spirits were that lifted, but
yeah,
I'm certainly growing curiouser about what these 6 wonders are.
Certainly. Yeah, I don't think I encountered any wonders, which is odd because one of the wonders that I'm seeing here is the Crystal Pool, which I definitely did go to because I did fight a melodic at it.
Crystal Pool looked pretty good.
As well as Wisteria Pond, which I think we had to go to this week as well.
Yeah.
I think that's where Ugly Monkey was, or whatever the fuck these things are called.
So the other thing I was going to say is that these battles finally started being tough, and there will be a couple more comments about that later on. But they're finally
tough for little baby Josh.
like level 30 or so.
I'm joking. I almost died a few times.
Yeah.
Or my teams almost got wiped out.
I died.
A couple times.
I whited out twice on this leg.
Yeah,
I'll say
I got
that.
pretty close.
Not to do with the melodic.
The melodic is just a big level 73 melodic, but it is just a melodic, and you were fighting it with.
Well, it wasn't.
Carmine.
Was it level 73 for you?
That's what the walkthrough says. I don't know what mine was.
I think it was level 30 or so.
Oh, they scale, right?
Yeah.
We ran into this last week.
But I was going to say that the trainer leveling since completing the 3 signposts has gotten a little incongruent, I would say, because I encountered a couple of trainers whose Pokemon totally overleveled.
Oh, really?
Versus this storyline, I think they all stayed within the realm of possibility, but I encountered I encountered a level 75 Pokemon this week.
Yeah. There was definitely a side of the island where the Pokemon were like big, beefy Pokemon.
There were woods east of where this crystal pool is, on the way to it at least.
Yeah.
And I fell into the woods and I fought level 55 Pokemon.
You almost died in there?
That were just roaming around.
Yeah, it got a little dicey in some spots here. I was like, holy shit, where am I? But I got through. I didn't have any issues. And I fought this melodic with Carmine by my side. It's like, hey, thanks, Carmine, but I actually don't need an assist on this one.
No, not on that one.
I've got 6 people with me here.
And after this battle, my Crocolore evolved and turned into Skeledirge, who, as Greg told us, is a singer. And that was revealed in its Pokedex entry, so I'll do a quick Pokechecks yourself. Skeledirge's gentle singing soothes the souls of all that hear it. It burns its enemies to a crisp with flames of over 5,400 degrees Fahrenheit.
How hot is that?
And that was more to just highlight, like, wow, that is a big heel turn on those 2 sentences. It's either singing you to, like, nirvana, or it's just burning you to a crisp. 5,400 degrees Fahrenheit? Like, what's the sun? How hot
Temp of
is the sun?
10,000. So it's like half
the heat of the sun?
It's pretty hot.
That's very hot.
Seems like it would vaporize pretty much anything around it.
Right.
Including Crocolore. But I guess that's why, or Skeledirge. But I guess that's why it's a skeleton.
But it reminds me of...
its flesh has just been seared off.
The, like, Mag Cargo's Pokedex entry is something like that, too, where it's like... Except that one is, like, permanently emanating, like, 10,000 degrees or something. Hotter than the sun.
Oh, yeah.
And...
Yeah.
It's like, what happens when it just uses a flamethrower or something? Like... Even if it's directed at one object or one Pokemon,
it's just going to melt anything in front of it.
It's going to, everything else around it is fucked.
Yeah.
Think about it.
It's just going to vaporize everything around it. Yeah. Think before you write these things
You just
down,
don't have to go this far. Like, how about you call it 540 degrees?
Reel it in. It's power creep. It's happening to the Pokedex entries.
It is.
We've defeated the Melodic. We've gotten our crystal from the bottom of the crystal pool. Well, actually, no, we didn't. The Melodic, there's like an argument with Carmine where she's like, I'm not getting in the fucking pool. And it's like, well, I'm not getting in it.
Yeah.
And then it turns out the Melodic just drops one. So bring that to Grandpa.
Fixes the teal mask.
Ask him to put the teal mask back together. And then he's like, I'll do that. But in the meantime, you have to go on like a little manhunt. There's about to be a manhunt.
Oh, manhunt now.
This is not really a guy hunt because these are not guys. These are like not guys in any sense of the word.
There's about to be a mask hunt.
Mask hunt is good. Yeah.
Yeah.
We have to learn about these awful three little Pokemon.
As I said, Carmine calls them the Lousy 3, which is actually a pretty good one.
Oh, you know what we have to do first is we have to fight our boyfriend.
Yeah. This is when the trouble starts.
Yeah.
With the boyfriend.
We get back to town and for some reason our boyfriend is like, hey, welcome back. Like, I'm ready to throw down. If we're going to go find Ogerpon.
Not in a good way.
If we're going to go find Ogerpon, it's going to be this guy who's going to be catching him.
He wants that Ogerpon. He's in love with it. I think he literally says, like, you know that I love Ogerpon. And I can't believe that you're trying to get in the way of us, of our love. And then we have to fight.
Yeah, we have to fight.
And he's got, obviously, I don't know what the levels are. They were in the 30s, but he's got a Yanmega, Gligar, Dipplin, Poliwrath. I think Poliwrath is his ace. That might be one of the reasons that you liked him.
That's how we connected. One of the things we connected over, yeah. I like the regional variant Dipplin, by the way.
Oh, me too.
Little candied apple. I like it.
Yeah. And he also had Joshy's sweetie, Cramorant.
That's okay.
Do we treat the Pokemon Unite episodes? Is that canon in Experience Share a Pokemon podcast? I think so.
Yeah, I think Chef Greenring and Bree. Well, I mean, yeah, of course it is. It was the return of Bree Van Der.
But for those bug catchers who didn't listen to the Pokemon Unite episodes, I love Cramorant. That is now my main in Pokemon Unite, or Mewtwo. But Cramorant, great. It's a sassy bird. I love that it's just spitting Pikachus at me. Love it. I think it's cute. I think it's good.
Yeah.
I guess I don't actually know how good the Pokemon itself is in the mainline games, but in Unite, I think it's great. And I just want to say...
It was pretty easy for me to beat.
I want to make sure that everyone knows Cramorant is a sweetie. It was easy to beat, though. Yeah.
Yeah, we beat him, and he's like, okay, well, I guess I'll keep training.
I guess I'm going to become a villain.
But you and Carmine go and, like, check out the...
Lousy 3.
Yeah, the Loyalty Plaza. Head out to Loyalty Plaza to like, check out the monument to the Lousy 3.
Yeah.
And we go out there, and for some reason, I don't know what it is about Esteban Humano's presence, but like the party always like comes to him, you know?
Yeah.
When he got within like 10 feet of this monument, raised the dead, and these three awful, awful, awful Pokemon came out of the ground.
Oh my God. Yeah. Like, can we even like
Felt like a joke. It felt like a joke. I was like, oh, okay.
Are they
this
undead?
is like the joke Pokemon, and then they're gonna, yeah. What are
What
they?
is
And
this?
also, are they undead?
Is there like a big? I guess there are a number of caverns, but like, is there some subterranean labyrinth underneath
Maybe they were in like
Kitakami
balls
that
under
they
there.
live in, or are they undead? What's happening? They rise from their like monuments.
They expect to be greeted as heroes, and they fuck off to who knows where. They're like all run around the island.
Yeah.
So you're like, okay, let's go learn more about these big dumb idiots. And we head to town and we ask around.
We have to like accost people.
They just make us talk to NPCs for some reason. I don't know. Maybe they're setting
They're
things up
dubbed
backstage.
the false prophets. Is we have to find the false prophets.
Yeah.
At least that's how the IGN guide describes them.
Yeah, the darkness around this, dark language around these three. And they're also all poison type. They're all like just bad guys, like so clearly bad guys. And they all suck. Only one that's maybe okay is Okie Dokie, but I don't think so.
No.
And okay, we'll get to it when we talk about them.
I want to talk about some bad guys that I ran into who were not the Lousy/Loyal 3.
Yeah.
You'll recall from last week, you told me about the Glitterati.
Oh, yeah. Did you bump into him?
And you described it to me as being a couple who was like in the hills above Masui.
Swordbert and Shieldbert or whatever, right?
Yeah, Swordbert and Shieldbert. So I was trying to find them, and I went way up into the hills above Masui because that's what you said, where you said they were. And I found a cave.
Hisui! Did I say Hisui? Are we in Hisui?
Misui! No, it's Misui.
Oh, Misui.
Misui!
Okay.
And I went way up into the hills, and I found a cave, and there was somebody in there that was terrifying.
Who?
You know, I'm going into this where I'm like, oh, anybody I encounter right now, they probably have like the same levels we all have.
Yeah, of course.
So I go into this cave and there's like a couple of items in there.
What, are you popping into caves though?
And it was not a cave of love like the boy cave. It was very, very horrifying.
Challenging sentence.
Yeah. It's not. This was not a cave that you would call home because
O'Nair, their names are O'Nair and Billy. You know what's funny is Greg tweeted us this week, and I was like, "What's this dude talking about?" He was talking about their names.
I did find them eventually, and that was problematic as well. First, I ran into someone in this cave who claimed they were from the Kitakami Ogre clan, and they
are they
mask,
taking new members?
Like a teal mask. That's what Don Joey was hoping.
Because like, I'm always looking for new buds, you know?
Wants to bring in some new, knights into the realm, but this knight was not interested. They opened with a level 75 Raichu who killed my entire team.
Level 75? Jesus.
I think this person had like 5 other Pokemon, or at least 4, and I don't know what they are. The Raichu took care of my entire team. Whited out. Woke up in Masui Town.
There's 8 of them. They give you high-level items like choice specs, choice bands, ability patches, rare candies.
If you can beat any of them.
They all have 70+ and competitive build Pokemon.
Yeah. I don't know what they are, other than the Raichu.
That's all you needed.
And after that, I then did find the Glitterati, who called me a commoner, called Don Joey a commoner.
That must have stung. Ouch.
And they were like, oh, how do I even interact with this commoner? I've never seen one before in my life.
Yeah.
And the girl, I guess O'Nair, presumably.
Or Billy.
Because the other one's Billy, but I don't know. O'Nair is the head of like Kitakami Realty or something. So she challenged Don Joey to a battle, and once again, he made a big mistake. Because she has a level 65 Persian, was the opener. And that Persian also killed my entire team.
Did you get... okay, you didn't get through.
No, but you fought... did you fight them when you encountered them?
Yeah, but they may have beaten me, and I don't know if I went back.
So I don't know what the deal is with the Glitterati either, but this commoner was destroyed by the Glitterati. But why are some of the trainers
just to fuck with us, I guess.
going to like post Elite 4 levels and the other ones
to
are not?
Penalize you.
Well, I'm a commoner apparently.
Don't approach these people. Yeah. They'll insult you and then they'll kill your entire team. So don't approach anyone.
On this little hunt for the false prophets, Don Joey also got just decimated back to back by 2 trainers.
That's why I don't talk to these people. You know who I target is like the young and the old and the visibly weak when I'm out in the field. Like if I see a young trainer out, I'm like, oh, I'll approach that person.
Yeah.
I can decimate this kid.
Because I did run into new trainers on this, what we're about to go into, looking for these Lousy 3, and they all still had level 20 or 30 Pokemon, but these 2 were just totally leveled up, and I don't know how it happened, and it's troubling.
There was a few battles where it was surprising that all my Pokemon were going down in one hit. And I don't know if I ever reapproached any of those battles. I just thought like, it's kind of like when you run into one of the big Titans in Breath of the Wild, and you're like, well, I'm not ready for this.
Right.
Maybe I'm supposed to be able to navigate this right now, but like, I'm not going to sit and figure this out. I'm not going to have a boss battle right now.
No, I think we will be checking off Kitakami for now because there is a to be continued.
Oh yeah, and we'll
come back here.
Ushered off the island at the end.
Yeah, we'll come back here though because there's obviously some business that has to be dealt with.
Oh yes, of course.
Don Joey is going to have to avenge himself with these Glitterati and the Kitakami Ogre clan, but that is going to be in a while. So
let's get after these. Why are 2 of them like? I guess one's a bear. It's a bear, a monkey, and a
bird,
pheasant.
Yeah.
And they're just bad. They just look bad and dumb. And I like a lot of the new designs in
Me too.
The new generation. I like Ogerpon. I think he's kind of funny. They. But these things all suck, and they are not fun to look at, and they're wearing this big stupid scarf, and it's like...
Yeah, they all have the toxic chain. I could not... The thing that was challenging about... I guess we'll just go into it. Like, you talk to these false prophets, and they reveal the locations of where these 3 loyal Pokemon are. Yeah. And then you have to go all around the island and find them, or the region. And
after this break.
Oh, wow.
Wow, look at that. Just wanted to make sure we got one in.
Yeah, that was good.
Hello and welcome back, bug catchers. Hello and welcome back, Joshua. It's Experience Share, and we are on our
konnichiwa
way to one of these damn fucking Pokemon.
Monkey Dory.
They're all over the map, but for some reason you can I could only get to one of them. Like I was already like up on the mountain, so I was like, all right, I'll go after this pheasant. But then I couldn't find it. It was like its marker was there, but I couldn't like get to it.
Oh my god. It helped me out, I guess, because I got a couple of like fly to here points out of it, but finding the pheasant sent me on this wild pheasant chase, like all around the mountain. And that's where I ran into that forest that had level 55 Pokemon in it. Because I fell off a cliff at some point, obviously.
I was jumping off cliffs because there is no fall damage if you're riding on the back of Koraidon.
No, there's no fall damage. It's either because of Miraidon or the
Rotom.
Subjugation of Rotom. Yeah.
Yeah, so we are... I was sort of railroaded into heading to the pond to take care of a Monkey Dory first.
Wisteria Pond, yes.
It was the easiest one to get to. So I went down there, and there it was. One other thing I should say is when the Pokemon rose from the dead and blew past us to go to the village people fed the Pokemon and made them into giant monsters.
Oh, is that... I must have
aggressive monsters.
Taking a page out of your book, and I was slamming A through a lot of this.
Yeah.
So I was confused why they were big suddenly.
Yeah, there's a little cutscene where the villagers are like, oh, I can't believe the Loyal 3 just came by. It was so great to see them. I'm so glad we fed them all of our,
we must pay them
empowering tribute. Pokemon treats. So yeah, they're fucking huge.
They become titans. Yeah.
Which is a pretty, okay thing when it's something like Okidogi or Pheasantipity. But Monkey Dory is not particularly intimidating, either small or big.
No, because what they did with the design was basically just take like the basically just take the design and then stretch the neck and head.
Yeah, just a little bit.
So it looks dumb.
Just longer, like a finger.
I'll say on all three of these, I could not get a handle on what any of their types were. We know that they all have poison because they're little poison necklaces.
Yeah.
But I had no idea what any of them were, which is clever. I mean, it made the battles actually somewhat tough. And I want to give a respete to Carmine. Her Morpeko actually did most of the damage in the battle I had with Monkey Dory, because I guess then I figured it out that it must be psychic, because her Morpeko kept using Bite and it was taking out a ton of Monkey Dory's hit points. And I got in like 2 little hits.
Oh, yeah.
She killed Monkey Dory. So this is a rare instance of the NPC, and I can't even think of another one where the NPC actually got the killing blow.
She always calls out like when an effective move is used or like a critical move is used.
Yeah, she does love talking about that.
So I think that's just kind of her thing. But yeah, sure, her little Morpeko is pretty helpful in some of these battles. But mostly it was my Pokemon doing all the heavy lifting.
On the other two, same. But I would say in general, like, she actually like held her own. And usually they're a total, cannon fodder.
Okay, Monkey Dory. Here he is.
Yes.
He's a big, dumb idiot monkey.
One of the dumbest designs, I would say.
Yes. We beat him, and he... What happened after we beat him?
Well, he shrinks back down to his normal size and scurries away.
And we get the mask. That's what we're here doing. They've all taken masks, and we need to get them back. So yes, Monkey Dory drops one of the masks.
I love that the Bulbapedia entry about Monkey Dory on Origin says, Monkey Dory may be based on a monkey. Well,
maybe.
Okie
Doggy, which is not a bear, it's a dog, judging by the name. Okie dokie.
Lazy, also. Lazy design.
Yeah. And it's also like clear what it is. It's fighting. It's got big mitts.
Yeah, well, I guess you're right.
Big, tough guy.
In retrospect, I couldn't really figure it out. Like I said, well, other than the bird, obviously.
Yeah, the bird's pretty easy.
The other two, I was like, I don't know what the hell this thing is.
Psychic type moves. Monkey Dory's psychic type moves didn't tee off.
Well, when Carmine started landing super effective moves with the Bite, then I knew. But Okie Doggy. No, I could not get a handle on what that was. And in retrospect, I feel like an idiot looking at it after you said, well, it's got the big mitts, so obviously it's fighting. And yeah, seems clear.
Yeah.
The green threw me off, I would say. I look at the colors.
Okie Doggy was easy for me because one of my friends is fairy type. Her name is Margot Pence, and she's got a big fucking hammer, and she used it on Okie Doggy.
Oh, I actually had Lady... that's getting ahead of myself, but Trish of Lavencia was also... My Tinkaton also is the one that took on Okie Doggy.
I forgot to say it about Monkey Dory, and now I will say it about Okie Doggy as well. They're both my You Make Me Barf Pokemon of the week, as is Pheasantipity. They're all bad, and I have 3 this week, and they're all bad. Actually, just the loyal 3. The loyal 3 are my You Make Me Barf Pokemon of the week. They're all bad.
The Lousy 3. Lion Lousy 3. Yeah, I mean, can you qualify the barfing? Because I don't think they're ugly. I do think they're lazy.
Monkey Dory's ugly.
I think they're lazy is my problem.
Monkey Dory is certainly ugly, and I won't take any notes on that.
I don't have like a good counter.
Okie Doggy, I think, is the only one who is okay looking.
I feel like I have the biggest problem with Okie Doggy because it's just like you're basically manipulating an Ursaring model.
Yeah, well, you're basically manipulating an Unfazant model, and you're basically manipulating like a whatever dumb 1 million monkeys there are,
What happened to your man key, by the way?
Rusty?
Yeah, because that seems like
back at the lake pad. He's like kind of a homebody.
Oh, he's just chilling. All right.
Yeah. Pheasantipity! Get up this hill, dive down a hole, and then out a cave entrance, and you'll be on like the side of the mountain.
Oh my god.
The chilling waterhead.
There is some freaky stuff in that chilling waterhead. I was chilled. I did not like it in there.
In the chilling waterhead?
No.
Yeah. Did I see some pretty upsetting stuff in there too? I think so.
I saw Joshy's You Make Me Barf Pokemon of the week.
Uh-huh.
Dunsparce. Dun dun.
You didn't see the other one? The longer one?
No, Dunsparce is the longer one.
There's not a Dunsparce?
No, and that's part of my problem.
There should be like 6 of these.
My problem with this is obviously Dunsparce baseline is ugly.
Yeah, as discussed. Classic You Make Me Barf.
Classic model of the form. Dunsparce, they just add a segment to it.
Okay, so there are 2 types. There's 2 segment form and 3 segment form.
Oh, you're right. Yeah.
But they're both just called Dunsparce. Why not call the 3 segment one Dunsparce?
Well, and how about this? How about you take that line in a totally different direction? What about that?
Yeah. Or finally admit that it's the Gligar pre-evolution that it's clearly was always meant to be.
Actually, that's interesting. I like that. I've also seen some fan art that made the evolution into a normal type dragon.
Oh, interesting.
And that was cool. Like, turn this thing into something interesting. I guess, like, if they're just trying to make a joke about how stupid it is and just adding more segments to it, that's kind of funny. But we don't like it. Like, you're giving an additional national dex number to this thing.
You spent time and energy on this.
You thought about this.
Yeah.
I hate it.
This could have been something else. Yeah, I don't know. I now that I see one that has 3 segments, are they like super rare? Is that the thing? Okay. So when Dunsparce evolves, it has a 1 in 100 chance of evolving into a 3 segment to Dunsparce.
Okay. And does that change?
I think you just probably want to catch a lot of them.
I don't know why you would want to do that. Does it enhance the stats? It doesn't look like it. It just has more segments.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Bad.
Yeah. All right. Okay. So we're not doing Dunsparce, but there's another guy in here who I ran into. This is a creepy cave full of horrors. One of them is Dunsparce.
Mm-hmm.
And one is the guy who kept talking about his goo.
Oh.
Did you see him? He's my trainer danger of the week.
I encountered that guy.
He kind of like flags you down from like the other side.
Because there's a bunch of goomies in here.
Yeah, goomies. And you approach him and he's saying out loud, he flags you down. He's like, "My goo!" And it's like, all right, you hooked me. Now reel me in. And I did. I reeled in and I went and talked to him. And he said, "Battle UV goo." And I said, all right, let's hammer down. And it was just a goomy. And I did beat it easily. It is my goo. And he didn't even uppercase it.
It was a joke.
I don't know. Then it's like, oh, okay, he's talking about like a Pokemon. He's not talking about goo. I'm very goo sensitive.
My goo. His own goo.
Why do they have to make the Pokemon so gooey?
Yeah, you really... I mean, that's like a trademark of You Make Me Barf stuff.
Yeah, they're just like...
goo being involved.
Teeing us up. You know? Not just me. Not just me and my You Make Me Barf Pokemon, but a whole community of artists online.
Oh.
We don't have time today.
We don't have to go into it, but, you know, it's clear.
Pheasantipity, find this thing, take it down, then we're done. We have the masks back, and these Pokemon are vanquished, and fuck them. And now I think everyone is sort of finally aware that these are enemies, villains.
Yeah. Ogerpon gets vindicated.
Dashboard confessional.
I think we go back to the village and Kieran seemingly...
That's what I was going to talk about.
We fight Kieran first. Okay.
Because we have to do a couple of battles against Kieran now.
Yeah.
This is where things kind of get a little dicey.
Yeah, this is the... when the relationship really gets toxic.
All 3 masks are secured. The masks are in the bag. Except one, the Teal mask, which Kieran has run off with now that Grandpa has fixed it.
Yeah, and we're supposed to be like just taking Ogerpon back to their house, the cave up in the hills above Masui Town.
No. Kieran has left the mask. We catch up with him, and he's kind of gone sicko mode a little bit and wants to fight.
He wants to fight over the love of Ogerpon. He says whoever wins this battle wins the love of Ogerpon.
So we should talk about the teams we brought into
challengers
this battle in a segment we call Level Check.
Level Check.
Josh, my team's mostly the same. I guess your team's mostly the same too.
There's one change, and there were some knightings that took place.
Oh, lovely. Let's hear about them.
Rouncy, Skeledirge, talked about him, level 42. Mm-hmm. Cookie, Arboliva, the sexy plant, is level 42.
Very fuckable plant. Yep.
Black Knight, Low Kicks, level 38.
Love it.
The special ops unit. And then Trish of Lavencia is now Lady Trish. Tinkaton, level 40.
Oh, Lady Trish. Wow. Lady, welcome to the club. I have a lady on my team, Lady Beth.
But is Lady Beth knighted?
Oh, no. I'll tell you about it. I'll tell you all about it.
Okay.
It's going to be kind of copping your bit a little bit.
Yeah, I was concerned about that from the beginning. Lady Trish got knighted for her valiant performance in the battle against Okadogi.
Okay, great.
And she evolved to a Tinkaton as well. And she's doing great.
That's great. Yeah.
But on the other side of things, I do have something difficult.
Oh, no.
To say, which is that the Duke and the Duchess are kind of having some marital issues.
Is that allowed?
Well, I mean, ever since Henry VIII, it's been allowed.
Yeah, sure, I guess.
Whether it's decapitating or divorce.
Yeah.
And it's neither yet, but the Duchess...
You didn't decapitate Azumarill, did you?
No, the Duchess is on ice, though. Azumarill is level 32. She's just taking some time, like the Duke, Palmot, level 44, has gotten haughty recently. Like, as I said, he's been kind of the MVP on the team.
Duke's like the 6th or 7th down on like the rungs of like royal titles.
Well, it's the Duke for now, but maybe he's specifically gunning to move up the ranks,
Okay.
And the Duchess was like, I like where we were. I like who we are. And she
got in the way of his ambitions. That's fine.
She needs to go find herself and like really think about stuff. And she's taking some distance from the Duke right now. So she's out. She's out for now.
I think that's the best for her safety.
Yeah. But we did encounter Sir Jangles.
Ooh.
Who is Hakamo.
Yeah, there was a lot
Level
of Hakamo-Os around here.
The younger one. It was the younger one originally.
Yeah. Hakamo?
Jangamo-O.
Yeah.
Originally.
Yeah, there's a few of them around here. It was kind of fun to see them out in the wild. Isn't that not like a semi-legendary or whatever?
Well, it is in this situation, it is semi-mythical because you sort of suggested like, what if Don Joey and his knights tried to tame a dragon and bring a dragon into the mix?
Oh, yeah. It's more like a chocobo than a dragon, wouldn't you say?
Well, yeah, for now. But it is a dragon type. And they're at least starting here. They tamed a lower level dragon to bring into the knights.
Those are like having like a baby gator or something. Like that's gonna get big.
Yeah, it's like in the tub right now.
It's not like an easy thing to take care of once it gets
might
big.
Be hard.
Yeah.
Once it keeps growing. But Sir Jangles, level 36. Fine, tameable for now, but we'll see.
Yeah.
And what are we seeing on Esteban Humano's team?
Lady Beth is Char Cadet level 39. So Lady Beth revealed to me this week. She's just a friend. She's like eccentric, but I like her a lot, but I don't know her that well.
She's the LARPer?
Yeah, she's a LARPer. She was like, I'm actually on a mythic quest. And I was like, what do you mean? That's Don Joey's thing. She's like, I know, but like I'm on a holy mythical quest for the throne and I need to find and claim my ancient mythical armor in order to evolve into my final form. And I said, well, why didn't you fucking tell me this ages ago? I've been sitting here like throwing you out in battles waiting for you to evolve.
Yeah.
So once we're back in Paldea, I have to go and find this armor dealer or whatever, this mythic quest with Lady Beth to get her armor so we can finally evolve her.
Okay.
Next up is Gregor Samsa. He is a beetle man. Well, he was a man from Czech Republic, Austria-Hungary, and
yes.
And he woke up one day, he was a beetle. He came to America after being shunned by his society, and now is on my crew. Also was wondering when Gregor would maybe kind of start to take care of himself a little more, and looked it up. And it turns out that you have to walk around in let's go mode with Gregor for 1,000 steps.
That's what I had to do with Palmo.
I don't know how many steps is 1,000 steps is. It doesn't seem like it would be that many, but I've had this literal piece of shit following me around for this entire leg, and he hasn't evolved yet. And he's slow, so he'll keep popping back into my ball, and then I have to throw him out again.
Yeah.
So it's kind of a nightmare.
I think makes sense for what he is. Should be a nightmare.
I'm hoping he'll either turn back into a Czech man or evolve into whatever the cool beetle is.
Austro-Hungarian man.
Sorry. Yes. He's level 44.
Jesus.
Donna Baker has grown up a little bit into a Meow Scarada. Don't like it.
It's too bad. Yeah.
Level 40. Sorry, Donna. I know it's just like, it's not a look I like on you. I hate for you to hear it on the podcast, but.
Well, shouldn't be body shaming.
It's not the body shaming. Her body looks great. And sorry, that's also, I've gone too far the other direction.
Yeah. You can talk about someone's clothes.
Her clothes.
I guess is she wearing clothes? Probably not.
She's level 40. Margot Pence. Tinkaton.
No relation to
Margot Robbie or Mike Pence. No.
No.
Total coincidence.
Yeah.
Tinkaton level 43. I like Tinkaton.
Yeah, me too. I'm liking Lady Trish.
Fun combo. Steel.
Fairy.
I have too many steel types on my team, though.
Yeah.
Donna's car. She traded in the old model.
Oh.
And upgraded because she was like, well, if we're like doing this, let's get a bigger car. So we upgraded to Rever Room, level 41, and it does have more room, which is nice.
Oh, yeah. You could fit the whole crew in there.
Cup holders, everything. Yeah.
Yeah.
Moonroof. And then we sort of did this whole journey together. There is a 6th member, but I won't reveal it yet.
Oh, interesting.
There was one other person who was involved in this point. She's on ice now. Her name is Ginny Big Mac.
Right. The SoundCloud rapper.
Yeah. She was canceled. Yeah. Someone found an old like SoundCloud rap of hers, and it was like pretty dark.
Pretty problematic.
Like, really problematic.
Yeah. You know, those things that rhyme with Jenny Big Mac.
Yeah.
It really goes south quickly.
She did evolve into a hat trim before she was booted from the team, but she's gone. Ginny Big Mac's no more. She might make a comeback. I don't know. Maybe she'll kind of like rehab or whatever.
Right. She has to do a publicity tour to clean her name up.
That's who I went into this battle with, Kieran, with on my team.
Yes. Let's talk about the villain arc. So Kieran wants to fight over the love of Ogerpon.
I get it.
And he did peel off a couple of Don Joey's Mon. He's got a Shiftry Yanmega Probopass, Gliscor, Diplin, and then the Ace Polyrath.
Yeah.
But took care of him.
No problem.
It's like a really sad way to end this relationship.
Yeah. I guess so. He was kind of turning into a bit of a pill. He was pretty emotional. Which it's fine. I'm an emotional guy myself, but he's always just like running off. And it's like, man, you got to start taking care of yourself. Take care of your mental health a little bit, Kieran, or else you're going to like slip into the dark side.
In retrospect, we betrayed him first, if you think about it. Like, we lied to him.
Sorry, I was just playing by all the rules set out in front of me. I am like on this fucking journey, you know? I'm slamming 8 through 45-minute cutscenes. I'm not the one making these decisions. It's all Carmen and Grandpa. And then I get up to the top of the hill and he's like, all right, let's have a battle. The winner of the battle will get to the opportunity to woo Ogerpon.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, I agree to these terms, sir. And then I kick his ass. He carved off a few of my Pokemon, not going to lie.
Yeah. Me too.
But I kick his ass. And then I'm like, okay, great. Our battle is over. The contest is decided. I am the champion. Please step aside and be a humble, dignified loser that you are, Kieran. But no, he's like, I'm out of here. Fuck you. So like after we beat Kieran, then we have to fight Ogerpon.
Yeah.
And Ogerpon is a big Titan Pokemon because he's got all his masks. And actually mine is a girl, so I should say her.
And I would say Ogerpon is a sweetie.
Yep.
And the masks are funny.
Mhm.
It terrestrializes each of the masks, and the mask becomes like its whole body.
Yep.
And I liked it.
I actually did catch Ogerpon, and that is my 6th member of my team, which we'll talk about in a moment.
The guy hunt is over.
Guy hunt's over. Yep. Target acquired.
Yeah.
Kieran's pissed. He's like, I break up with you. I'm out of here. He goes back to Masui Town.
Yeah, he just runs off in the pouring rain.
And then I get to know my friend Fiona Eilish a little bit better.
Is that any relation to Billie Eilish?
No relation to the famous ogre Fiona from Shrek or Billie Eilish.
Okay. Just a coincidence.
Ogerpon, Fiona Eilish, they gave this thing to me at level 20, so we got a little work to do. It's level 26 now. It came with 4 items, and confusingly, they didn't put them in the key items section. They put them in the, like, candies section.
Other items, yeah.
Yeah.
That was strange.
So I had to go hunting for them, but this is my item finder of the week, and this is kind of what makes Fiona so fun. She's got 4 masks. Her teal mask just makes her straight grass. Already got a grass, thanks. It's Meowscarada is grass dark.
Donna Baker.
Yep.
Yep.
Wellspring mask turns it into grass water. That's what I've been using. I'm weak on fire and a couple other types. So welcome, Wellspring mask. And it's beautiful, honestly. She looks great. She looks like Billie Eilish in the Wellspring mask.
But there's no relation.
None.
No.
Hearth Flame mask is grass fire, which is pretty interesting.
Yeah.
And the Cornerstone mask is grass rock. You know what I'm just noticing? I've got a lot of weird double type teams. Like Reveroom is poison steel. Tinkaton is steel fairy. Meowscarada is fine. Grass dark.
Huh.
Pretty interesting team getting put together here. A lot of coverage.
Yeah.
A lot of weaknesses.
Yeah, I mean, I have to say, without having the Duchess, while the Duchess is like finding herself, it's been a little rough not having a water type.
Yeah, well, I've got one on my team now.
Carmine challenges us to one last battle at the Loyalty Plaza because she wants to see Fiona Eilish / Ogerpon in the
flesh. You want to fight my level 22 Ogerpon? Okay.
I used
Gotta beat it.
Cornerstone mask, and Ogerpon died, but she got to see it. Otherwise, her Ninetales was quite good.
Her Ninetales was good, but you know what? I had a fucking water type for it, so I took it out.
That's what I was saying, where not having the Duchess has been problematic because of that Ninetales.
And then we head back to town, and the director is like, hey, thanks, everyone. It sounds like all of you are starting to wrap up. Feel free to tour the grounds. Like, stick around. Do whatever you want to. And then Kiki, or whatever her name is, Lady Briar.
Miss Briar.
Miss Briar is like, actually, not you, Esteban. You have to head back to the mainland because shit's popping off back there. And it's like, yeah, I believe it. I've been out here a while.
She recalls Carmine and Kieran to the Blueberry Academy to deal with something going on at the Great Crater or something.
Yeah.
We also get a little cutscene where we see the final evolution of the villain arc with our ex-boyfriend,
yeah,
where he's like, I will become so powerful that you won't be able to stop me, Don Joey. I'll get you.
Yeah.
And slicks his hair back. It's gonna be a nightmare. So we're gonna encounter our ex-boyfriend again.
I should make it clear that Esteban Humano is not dating Ogerpon.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they're like just kind of hanging out. They fuck, I think, sometimes, but they're just like, it's not like a thing. But he didn't break up with Kieran to be with Ogerpon. Does that make sense?
Yeah, they're just friends and occasionally friends with benefits, it sounds like.
All right, Joshua, that's it for us. We are going to be back in Paldea next week. We're going to wish Ketamine Island
we're out of the K-hole.
Fond farewell and hopefully have a smooth come down. And then we will be back in Paldea where we were going to take on the final Titan Pokemon to finally beef up our Koraidon.
I think we have 2 left.
And then the final couple star bases.
Okay.
So that's what we're going to be back next week doing, and just kind of reacclimate ourselves to Paldea, you know?
Yeah, we'll probably have to do some roaming around. We'll get an update next week on the Gimme Ghoul grab.
Ooh, yes.
I think that we will battle finally.
Ooh, yes.
Next week as well.
Yes. Now that my teams are catching up with yours, or my levels are catching up with yours finally, I'm good with that.
So you'll be taking on the Poison Crew, the Fairy Crew, the Quaking Earth Titan, and the False Dragon Titan.
Great.
Scary.
Joshua, that's for next week. This week, we have been Tanky Dory and Fjellzandipity.
I should just change my last name to that. It's got a nice ring to it.
Yeah, that's beautiful. Yeah.
Yeah.
It doesn't read well.
No, it looks very chaotic.
But I suppose Fjellstead doesn't either.
No. It's only useful at bars, closing out a tab, because all that I ever have to say is it's FJ. And they're like, FJ. Got it. Yeah. Nobody else has that one.
This has been Experience Share. It's Pokemon Podcast. Please do rate and review the show on Apple Podcasts, and do follow the show everywhere that you follow podcasts, and do follow us at EXP Share Pod on X, Threads, Instagram. I don't know. We'll follow us forever. So every now and then we get a little excited about something.
Yeah, we post some stuff.
Chat with us
from time to time.
You can tell us the name of characters that we don't bother learning if you want.
Yeah, that's fine. It would also be fine if you checked out our subreddit, reddit.com/r/bugcatchers. And it would also be very fine if you wanted to buy some merch at expsharepod.com.
Yes, that's it for us this week. Joshua, next week we'll be back on Paldea Island, back in Paldea.
So this will be our last time until maybe we come back saying what the opposite of konnichiwa is.
Ooh, konbanwa.
What'd you say?
Konbanwa.
Konbanwa. That sounds French.
I might be saying it wrong. I only know it from Terrace House. Remember Terrace House?
No, I don't know what that is. I've never even heard of it.
Okay. It was a TV show.
Okay. Any good?
Yeah, it was like Japanese Real World. And there was like a little panel that would come on at commercial breaks to talk about what we were seeing on in the house, in the Terrace House. And oftentimes at the end of the episode, they would say konbanwa, which I think means goodbye.
Okay, so konbanwa, Alola, tip, bottom of the episode to you. Smell you later.